Okay, let us get started. Good afternoon. Okay, welcome. Let me turn this down. So today's Goddess Glow theme is the sacred art of receiving, and I love this topic because it actually is one of my The Art of series, and this is a little snippet and one of my makeup as I partake. So welcome. So excited to have you here with me and tune in, join in. Okay. Oh, wait, let me do one more thing. Hold on one second. Okay. Now we're here. Now we're together. I just click on this one. All right. So welcome, beloved. Take a moment to arrive, not just here, but within yourself. Allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your jaw to unclench. Allow the breath to deepen without force. Today, we gather inside the sacred art of receiving, not as an abstract idea, but as a lived practice, one that lives in this body, the nervous system, and the heart. Practice that asks us to examine how we've learned to protect ourselves and whether these protections are still serving us. Mhm. Receiving is not about taking everything off. It is about allowing what is aligned to land. December carries us energy of closing, yes, but also of our harvest of what has been quietly preparing to meet. And yet, for many of us, this is where tension arises because ease can be unfamiliar, support can feel suspicious, love without chaos can feel unreal. Tonight, or today, whenever this meets you, will also meet you. We are here not to dismantle your discernment, we are here to refine it. This is a space where softness is not synonymous with exposure, where boundaries are not barriers or containers for nourishment, where receiving is an act of sovereignty. As we move through tonight's inquiry, allow yourself to listen without judgment. Let the questions meet you where you are, not where you think you should. There is no fixing required, only listening. So, as always, when we get to these eyebrows, we peace and quiet. So, I have 20 prompts for you that I'm going to share on my newsletter page on my website, Land's Braids on my website, and then go to my link tree. It's TT Tiana Taylor LLC is my link tree, and everything is literally. all of my books in there. And I would share them with you. And I'm grateful to be here and to be in celebration after my time. We can relax now. Eyebrows on. All right. What makes receiving feel uncomfortable for me? And where did that story begin? For me, I would say receiving was made uncomfortable with the reality that it's more about being particular than being picky. And the receipt of pickiness is like, so with that, with being so picky in life, the reality that I would have to make it my own because I was very particular. And I realized it wasn't picky, it was particular. And with that particular energy, I am reminded that when people want you in their life, they show you that. They emphasizes there's never a question about where you stand. So I think once I learned that like it's okay, it's not picky. Those that would allow me to be picky, they're just not meant to be preparing my place of abundance. And that's okay. I don't want someone to so yes, um, I find the that made it uncomfortable to receive because of that. And I want things done in a particular way, and it's hard for people who aren't intending on doing me that well or putting that much effort into me. So with that, I have come to the reality that those that make it difficult for me to receive in their presence, but have no problem being on the receiving end of my presence, don't get to have me too long. And I'm grateful that my discernment has provided me that awareness sooner. And later, I still go through like all 5 stages of grief, and I'm a firm believer like, please do that because that's part of healing. Like, there are guards when connections don't work out. Chronic romantic, always do work that is inspired. I- I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for all my connections. Nothing. As I've gotten older, I've had to learn like I'm not like, oh, I should have never met you. Um, that's not the conversation that I have because I don't feel it to be true. I don't feel it to be honest. I needed to learn about myself in that time. And with that reality, What sensations arise in my body when someone genuinely pours into me? Overflow. The feeling of heartfelt overflow is so beautiful. I love the witness, the experience, the excitement that is the reality that it's like you love me and you love me like this. Like it's so important. Um, it's really is a beautiful speech. And you have excitement and awareness behind the experiences of the connections you have with people pour into me. It's super necessary to have people around you who desire to celebrate and pour into you. Because it's one thing to be on the receiving end. It's always beautiful to be on the receiving end. But you gotta match where the pours go. And I am continuing to lean into the realities that that's the only thing that makes sense. The only thing that makes sense is to pour into where the love goes. Like I love who loves me and how I find it to be so lovely, and I so experience this most, especially around my birthday time, because being a holiday birthday babe, like the reality. Mhm, mhm. Where do I still equate receiving with debt, obligation, or worthiness? Um, I would say, where do I still equate receiving with debt? I would think subtly. I don't like, I don't define receiving with debt. I don't, but I do connect it with reciprocity. Um, I think that's important. I don't think that's talked about enough. super important. Um, um, yeah, I would say in those places that really the reciprocity wasn't intended. I always operate heart forward and then adjust as needed. And I think that's just me seeing and trusting that everyone operates from the good in them. That's not always the case. And that's okay. There's beautiful good in me, and that's important. And I think honoring that is the utmost importance because I think that's important when it's not aligned in that sense. That's the only time it feels like a debt. Um, yeah. What would it look like to allow softness to be a strength rather than what would it look like to allow softness to be a strength and not a threat? Mm, I think that has a lot personally for me to do with the personal internal. Mhm. What would it look like to allow softness in would be allowing softness in for me is gonna look like open heart posture, in particular about my posture is gonna be important. Yeah, softness, posture would be the first thing that I work on my softness. Um, what blessings have been trying to reach me, but my guardedness has blocked them? Um, what blessings? Hmm, what blessings? Yeah, posture. What blessings have been trying to reach me with my guardedness? Hmm. I feel like right now my guard is the most anticipation is high, like that aspect, and that I guess we would call that anxiety component, but that's Yeah. And lastly, where can I shift from I have to earn to I'm already deserving? Everything I wake up and one of my first affirmations is reminding myself that I'm worthy. I think it is super important that we don't forget those things. That's how to do lips, and then we'll do our closing. So I'll answer another question. Um, what does safe receiving feel like, and what boundaries help create that environment? Safe receiving, open heart energy, open chakras, um, open and ready to Mhm. What does safe receiving feel like, and what boundaries help create this environment? Safe receiving feels like mm, safe receiving feels like that giddy energy when anticipation is super high and there is these safe receiving. What do boundaries look like? Um, yes, so safe receiving and those boundaries that allow safe receiving look like people watching ones who care about things. Um, and clarity when maybe your people watching maybe a little off. Mhm. Yes. So how do you respond when someone mirrors love towards you? Do you lean in or pull back? I love me. I love me. Making reflection and I love me. control the family. I have to look in the rest of my hands. So that's when you look good. And it's important that interaction with self happens and it happens. So again, on my newsletter blog page and my website, this will include the live recording video as well as the rest of the journal prompts. So you can go through, say, what I'm receiving from you this week and comment that. So I am going to close this portal, this goddess portal. I'm so grateful that you were here with me, that you are seeing me, and maybe share later on if you follow me on YouTube. So again, that's TT on YouTube. This is going to be under the TT Bartina to the playlist as well as the December 2025 playlist. That's all I got on this. So I'm so excited to share with you. And as we begin to close, turn your attention to the body. Notice your hands. Are they clenched? Are they open? Notice the breath. Is it shallow? Is it supportive? Receiving is not something that you perfect overnight. It is a relationship you cultivate. Today, you have not been asked to abandon discernment. You've been invited to upgrade your worthiness, to recognize that what is meant for you does not require suffering as proof. As you move through the remainder of December, let this be your practice. Pause before deflecting support, breathe before minimizing love. Notice when ease arrives and allow it to stay. What you allow yourself to receive now sets the energetic precedent for 2026. Open hands, rooted spine, soft heart. You're allowed to be met. You're allowed to be supported. You are allowed to receive fully, safely, and without apology. Thank you for showing up. This glow is yours.